Hi, BC family. Welcome to your midweek devotion. This week, I want to talk to you about our Peter moments. So, I heard this saying and it really resonated with me, and that's kind of what I based my Devo on today. It said, everything you need for the public place is found in your secret place. And that is our big anchor and foundation for today. So we have a lot of pressure in this world. Pressure for me to be a good mom, an employer, an employee, a friend, a wife, a daughter, a husband, a son, all those things, right? And then you start to think about Jesus and how much pressure he had on him. He was the savior of the whole world, right? That's a lot of pressure. We all have pressure. But not one time did we ever see Jesus in the Bible say, okay, I can do this. I just need to wake up earlier. I just need to do better. I just need to do A, B, C, and D. No, that's never what he did, right? He pressed in. Instead, we watched him constantly slip away and go to his Father in prayer. Go to that secret place. Go to that time. It press into prayer. He was a prime example of how to get strengthened in the secret place. And then we get to watch how that impacted his public place. So I did hear a pastor say this one time, and I'm gonna caveat on it. He said, prayers get previews. So when you pray, you sow towards the Spirit. And when you sow towards the Spirit, you reap from the Spirit. And one of the things the Spirit will give to you sometimes He'll show you previews of things to come, like give you these moments, these glimpses. So today in our story, that's Jesus. Jesus had this prayer preview one day when he was praying, and he had a preview about Peter. And he could see that Peter was under a lot of pressure, and Peter was going to have some intense war with his faith, right? And his faith was going to come under attack. And Jesus did not see this going well for Peter. And he sees Peter, denying him 3 times. So during our Last Supper, Jesus is having this conversation with Peter, and Peter's adamant, no, I won't. I'm not going to deny you. No, I'm strong enough. I'll never deny you, right? And Peter's like, no way, I would never do such a thing. And Jesus said, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So that's what he tells Peter. And Jesus said, pray. So what is he saying? Get in your secret place, right? Pray so that you won't fall into temptation. What does that mean? Temptation to sin, to give in, to crack under the pressure, to not use your faith, right? To have those moments. Now, after this, we see Peter still being like, no, I would never do such a thing. But we see Jesus going to the garden, and he enters into a secret place to get strength to run his race, to handle the pressure of the public place that's coming for him. But what happens to Peter? He doesn't go to his secret place. Instead, he gives into that temptation, into his flesh, and he falls asleep. And every time Jesus comes back, he sees that Peter again has fallen asleep. He's not entering into a secret place, right? He's not drawing strength from heaven. So then what we see Peter hearing what Jesus told him to do. Jesus said, pray, but is he doing it? No. Why? Because Peter expected, oh, I can do it. I can win in my public place without spending time in my secret place. I don't need to pray. I'm never going to deny you, right? In his own strength, he's trying to do this. So I started to think how much of us are like Peter. We do that, don't we? Well, I'll be the parent I need to be today. I'll be a better parent. I'm not going to yell today. I'm not going to miss these opportunities. I'm going to work out today. I'm going to eat right. If I set my alarm clock a little bit earlier, then I can accomplish all these things that I want to accomplish, right? I can meet all these needs. I can do it. So again, like Peter, we're expecting that we can win in our public place without spending that time in our secret place. And of course, what do we know about Peter? He cracks under the pressure, right? Because his flesh is weak. And after he denies Jesus 3 times, Peter becomes devastated. In the natural, it looks like he's lost everything. His ministry, everything he's worked for, it's gone. I mean, he denied his Lord. The Bible said he went out and wept bitterly. Like he's just so disappointed in himself, in his performance in the public place. How many times have we been disappointed in ourselves, in our performance in the public place? Cried over how we parented, what we said to someone, what we missed, what we didn't live up to, the pressure of hosting or working or parenting or being a spouse or doing A, B, C, and D. I mean, I know I've cried many times when you feel that you didn't measure up, you weren't good enough. Why did I say that? Why did I do that? We have these Peter type moments where we wonder, why did I fall short? Why couldn't I do it? Why did I say what I say? Why did I react like that again, right? So when they have these moments, we have a choice. We can go to that secret place and seek God and lay it at his feet, or we can continue to be like Peter and say, no, I can do this. Tomorrow it'll be different. I'll do better. I can do better. If I just do A, B, and C, it'll be different. Not realizing that everything we need for our pressures in our public place is sustained in the secret one. So everyone listening can relate to pressure in a busy life, right? Do it all and do it all well. To be that person, to make it through, and we think to ourselves, okay, I can do it all. And we think a quick Devo or prayers here and there and worship songs on our commute, while all good, none of that is entering into the secret place. The secret place isn't, okay, I've done this, I checked my religious box, now God, do your part. That's not the secret place. No, the secret place is where you can fall in love with Jesus. It's where you can grow close to him and learn his voice. It's the place where you develop a relationship with your Abba Father and you find his heart for you. It's where you remember your why, your reason for choosing him. Jesus did that just before the cross in the garden. He went into that secret place and he remembered his why. And he strengthened himself with his relationship with his Father, and he remembered how much God loved him and his purpose. When we go to our secret place, we grow in our relationship. Erin Francis posted this week on Facebook. She said, our measure of the secret place is not measured by time spent with him or books read, but how the secret place has transformed us. Why? Because it's about relationship, not religion. So I want to read really quick today in Luke 10, 38 through 42. Now, as they were traveling along, he entered a village, and a woman named Martha welcomed him into her home. She had a sister called Mary, who was seated at the Lord's feet, listening to his word. But Martha was distracted with all her preparations, and she came up to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me all alone to do the serving? Then tell her to help me. So here you have Martha, who's incredibly frustrated, and it's borderline she's frustrated with Jesus too, right? She's like, you see these people, you can make them help me, right? In her mind, she thinks she needs more relief. If I have more people that would just help me, I could do this, right? You know how that goes. If we just had more money, less on my plate, if I just had more time, then I could get A, B, C, and done. I can accomplish this. The pressure wouldn't be so great. I mean, Martha is super relatable, right? We've all done that. So what is she doing though? What do we do when that happens? She is looking only at her public life for what she needs to fix her public life, right? Notice that? If I just get more people, if I just wake up earlier, if I just have more time, we're getting from our public place to help our public place. But that's not how it works, right? So she's thinking, when I get all these people, then we can have dinner. So Martha's frustrated. And if you notice, she said, they've left me all alone. So what she's essentially saying is, I feel all alone, right? She was in a place where she was like, no one sees my struggle. There are other people here, but no one gets me. No one's understanding me. No one sees. And she's getting anxious and angry, and it's bleeding out into others in the house. Again, very relatable. And Jesus stops her and says, Martha, Martha, you are worried and bothered about so many things. Now we can look and say, yes, but all those things are necessary. People need to eat. I mean, I invited people into my home. Maybe I said yes to too much, but they're still here. This has to be done, right? Sometimes we look at our busy and we can honestly say that it's necessary. Sometimes we add to our plates and we shouldn't, but other times we say, this is necessary. But Jesus isn't saying these are not important. He's not saying put it on the back burner, don't do them. No, he's not saying that at all. He's saying all of these things are taking from your life and your flesh is weak. Martha, you're not an endless supply. You only have so much to give, right? Think about it like a bank. If we have a bank and we're constantly withdrawing more than we deposit, that's bad. That's called an overdraft. So Martha is running dry. She's accumulating debt, and now she's wanting other people to help her pay her debt. And Jesus said, there is really only one thing needed here. But only one thing is necessary, verse 42. For Mary has chosen the good part, which shall not be taken away from her. So do you see this secret moment with Mary? Yes, she's in a public place, but really it's a secret place. She's at his feet, eye to eye with him. No distractions, no disruptions, pure desire to learn and to hear. This isn't I'll play worship on Alexa while I scroll through emails or open my Bible app while I make breakfast. This is undivided attention with Jesus, locked into this relationship where she's receiving from him. That's the secret place. Corrie ten Boom had this quote. She said, if Satan can't make you sin, he'll make you busy. And I love this. Why? Because both of them will take you away from God. Okay, I can't make you sin, so I'm going to ensure that you're not entering into that secret place. Why? Because when the secret place is what we need to help us in our public place, right? So when I remember that quote, I think, okay, what am I going to do before I do anything else? I'm going to have a Mary moment. I'm going to get in my secret place in my Bible saying, speak, Lord, I'm listening, right? No distractions, eyes on him. I'm worshiping instead of worrying. I'm putting on worship music, not just while I'm driving, no, but where I can enter into worship. Knees down, eyes up, getting filled and fueled with him. That's different. There's a difference there. Pastors talked on Sunday about how the devil tries to tell you, oh, well, you praised on Sunday, so you're good. Why does he say that? Because like that quote, if he can't get you to sin, then he's going to keep you busy. You went to church Sunday, you'll pop in on Wednesday for Freedom Series, so you're good. What's he doing? He's trying to keep you from getting what you need in your secret place to help you in your public place. So one last thing I want to leave you with, and that's Luke 5:15-16. But the news about him was spreading even farther, and large crowds were gathering to hear him and to be healed of their sickness. But Jesus himself would often slip away to the wilderness and pray. I love that. Jesus would often slip away to the wilderness and pray. Everyone is seeking him. And he's like, I know, but I'm going to pull away for a minute. Why? Because he needs to draw strength. He needs to go to that secret place. I heard a pastor say we feed our bodies 3 hot meals a day and then some, but we feed our spirit 1 cold snack a week. Now, if you reverse that, how would we feel physically if we're only eating 1 snack a week? Not awesome, right? So what is going on this week that you need to slip away from and just enter in that secret place and pray? Just seek, just grow in your relationship and your love of the Father. Remember, it's not about how much time you spend with him and what you read. It's the transformation that happens, and that can only happen when you slip away from the stuff and sit at the feet of Jesus, building the relationship in your secret place so that you have everything you need for your public place. Have a great week. Bye.